Drownings and even an electrocution. The weather-related death toll rises in the Eastern Cape. Tipped to take over the deputy presidency, ANC heavyweight Nomvula Mokonyane says any succession talks are premature. And when McDonald's delivers more than you've asked for, like quarter-pounder burgers with a dash of fatal E. coli. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
This is Eyewitness News.
3 people have now died in the Eastern Cape's severe weather. The coastal province has been hit by storms and heavy rains, and hundreds of people have been left destitute. This is the second weather-related disaster to hit the province in a month.
In addition, as at today, we have 3 fatalities in various areas. Investigation on those fatalities is underway.
The mother of a 6-year-old child who was brutally raped and murdered has shared the heart-wrenching story of her relentless search for her, spending hours looking for Mantle after her abduction. Mantle Samanye's lifeless body was discovered in Orlando on Monday. It's believed the suspect called her to his rented shack where he raped and killed her.
This man undressed my daughter, sexually assaulted my child. Her neck had marks, suggesting that he was strangling her throughout the act.
Is it too early to talk about Cyril Ramaphosa's successor in the party?
People are talking, and I said, you know what? Of course, you are throwing my name into the spanner, but why don't you come and talk to me about my view on how we have to help the ANC to regain its capacity. I'm responsible for elections. I'm responsible for international relations. As long as you tell me of faceless people, I believe that it's a cooked story.
Mokonyane also says the party has confidence in Fikile Mbalula.
Many people read our SG as Fikile Mbalula of the Youth League. And because he's outspoken, even when he does what Kgalema Motlanthe normally used to do, to call people to Lutuli House, it's been read wrong.
Good news for the consumer. South Africa's annual consumer price inflation figure has cooled for a 4th consecutive month. It eased to 3.8% in September from 4.4% in August. Statistics South Africa said this was the lowest inflation point since March 2021, when the rate was 3.2%.
Softer transport inflation, specifically lower fuel prices, dragged the headline rate lower. Fuel prices dropped for a 4th successive month and are, on average, 9% lower than a year ago.
Municipalities in Gauteng are owed more than 132 billion rand by households, government entities and commercial companies. Households account for 99 billion rand of this debt, while private companies owe 27 and state organs just over 3 billion rand. Provincial Finance MEC Lebogang Maile stated that municipalities themselves are indebted to their creditors to 37 billion rand, with Eskom and Rand Water among those owed money by the municipalities.
This demonstrates not only poor financial controls and governance, but it also poses a very serious threat to economic and social development within our communities.
Sanctions? What sanctions? The 16th Brics summit is well underway in Russia. Even the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres is there, which has angered Ukraine, after he declined Ukraine's invitation to the first global peace summit in Switzerland. Guterres' spokesperson said the trip was part of the UN chief's regular attendance at, quote, organizations with large numbers of important member states, and said it offered a chance to, quote, reaffirm his well-known positions on the Ukraine conflict. President Cyril Ramaphosa has already met with President Vladimir Putin to talk about global issues, the government of national unity and bilateral trade. 1 person has died and dozens have fallen sick following a severe E. coli outbreak linked to McDonald's quarter-pounder hamburgers in the United States. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says 10 people have been hospitalized, including 1 child with a serious condition that damages blood vessels in the kidneys. The outbreak, 49 cases, began in late September and spans 10 western states. While investigators have not yet pinpointed the exact ingredient causing the outbreak, they're focusing on slivered onions and beef patties. Both have been removed from restaurants in the affected states, pending further investigation. And that story wraps up today's news. I shall see you for more again tomorrow.
Eyewitness News. In touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.